Hello, today is Sunday, March 5th. I'm recording this in the morning. It'll soon be afternoon. There's about 4 minutes until noon hits. So, the dog was a hit, I guess. So, here he is again. You want to say hi? Say hi to the people. Say hi. There you go. Good boy. Hi. Oh. Okay. So, we celebrated Mass this weekend. We had the scene of the Transfiguration read as the Gospel. And a few days ago, I offered a reflection on one of the Lenten prefaces. And one of the things that's unique about the Sundays in of Mass for Sundays in Lent for Mass is that they have what's called a proper preface. So for like daily masses, there are 4 Lenten prefaces that we can choose from. I'm German, so I just go in order 1, 2, 3, 4, and then just recycle them. But for Sundays, we have a preface that talks about what is being celebrated in the readings. So obviously, you saw a lot of people at Mass this weekend, which is great. I love it. And so the text, it's actually pretty brief of the content. So the preface says, I'll kind of minimize the phrase, but says it is truly right and just, etc. Then it gets to the meat, we might say, of the text. And it says, "For after he had told the disciples of his coming death, on the holy mountain he manifested to them his glory, to show even by the testimony of the law and the prophets that the passion leads to the glory of the resurrection." So who was there at the Transfiguration? Peter, James, and John, but also Moses and Elijah show up. So the reference of the law and the prophets, the law refers to Moses, prophets refers to Elijah. And we know that there's more prophets than just Elijah. Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, those are the major prophets, we might say. But the very first phrase of this text says, after he had told the disciples of his coming death. So at one of the Masses, it goes the 10 o'clock Mass, I kind of set the stage for where we're at in the Gospel. That in Matthew 16, we have that scene at Caesarea Philippi, which is in the northern part of the country of Israel. And Jesus asks the apostles, "Who do people say that I am?" Or that the Son of Man is. I think it's Son of Man is the correct verbiage. They say, some say John the Baptist, others Elijah, still others one of the prophets. And then he reiterates, he asks the question again, "Who do you say that I am?" Peter pipes up and says, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God." And from there, Jesus establishes the church upon Peter, and then also names him basically the leader and also the first pope. Oh, got it. Alarm going off. Sorry about that. And then also he predicts his passion. And we have those famous lines, Jesus saying, "Get behind me, Satan. You're an obstacle to me. You're not thinking as human beings do, but as you're thinking as human beings do, not as God." And so the next scene is the Transfiguration. They go further south to Mount Tabor, where that happens. And then, let's see, and then a thrust of my homily for this weekend has been the reality that the Transfiguration reveals heaven to us. That the apostles had this glimmer of heaven, and that's what the Eucharist really is for us as well. It's spiritual nourishment, but it's also the pledge of future glory that we await in heaven. So every time we celebrate Mass, we are entering into, and the reality of the Last Supper is being made present at the altar. And each of the sacraments, another thing I went over was the definition of a sacrament from the Baltimore Catechism, which is right behind me, these books right here. And what was I going to say? The definition of the sacrament is that outward sign instituted by Christ that gives grace. So there's outwards words and actions and stuff that we need for the sacraments. So for the Eucharist, it's bread and wine and the words that are offered that Jesus used at the Last Supper. Hope this has been helpful for you. I'm going to take the day off tomorrow. So today is March 5th. Tomorrow is March 6th. This will mark 3 years since my sister died. It's very sobering to think that it's gone by that quickly. But so I'll be going to Sioux Falls to visit her grave at the cemetery. So I ask for your prayers. I'll be seeing my parents, and it'll be a tough time. But God has been very good to us. I can't reiterate that enough. And yeah, I think that's where I'll leave at. But God is good, and we are so grateful for it.